Ever wondered how to train your pet cat effectively? Unraveling this mystery may seem daunting, but fear not, for cats, much like their canine counterparts, possess the ability to learn and respond positively to training. While our feline friends are often hailed for their independence, this attribute should not be mistaken for an inability to grasp new concepts or commands. On the contrary, training your cat not only enhances your bond, but also provides them with mental stimulation, thus contributing to their overall well-being. Imagine a world where your furry companion not only understands your commands, but also reacts to them, making your life easier and their life more enriched. From teaching them to use the litter box to responding to their name, the possibilities are endless. So if you're ready to embark on this exciting journey of feline education, stick around to discover the step-by-step process to train your feline friend. Let's make the most of our time with our whiskered companions. Scene script. First, it's crucial to understand your cat. A cat is not just a smaller version of a dog. They have their own unique ways of communicating, learning, and interacting with the world around them. Understanding these differences is the first step to successful training. Cats are often seen as aloof and independent, but they can be remarkably communicative when you learn to read their signals. A purr, for instance, isn't just a sign of contentment, but can also express nervousness or discomfort. A flicking tail, contrary to a wagging dog's tail, often signals irritation or impending aggression. By paying attention to these subtle cues, you can better understand your cat's feelings and respond accordingly. In terms of learning, cats are solitary hunters by nature. They're hardwired to be independent thinkers and problem solvers. This means they don't respond to training in the same way dogs do. While dogs are pack animals and eager to please their human pack leader, cats are more likely to do things on their own terms. Therefore, you'll need to use techniques that play into their natural instincts and preferences. Patience and consistency are key when training a cat. You can't expect instant results. Cats learn best through repetition and positive reinforcement. If you try to rush the process or use punishment as a training method, you'll likely end up with a confused and stressed cat. Instead, reward your cat for good behavior with treats, praise, or playtime. This will help them associate the behavior you want with positive experiences. Moreover, it's important to understand that each cat has its own personality. What works for one cat may not work for another. You'll need to be flexible and adaptable in your approach, taking into account your cat's individual likes, dislikes, and comfort levels. In conclusion, understanding your cat is not about bending them to your will, but about creating a mutual understanding and respect. It's about learning to communicate in a language your cat can understand and respond to. Understanding your cat is the first step to effective training. Now, let's dive into the training basics. First things first, it's important to understand the power of positive reinforcement when it comes to training your feline friend. Positive reinforcement is a method of training that involves rewarding desired behaviors, which encourages your cat to repeat them. This method is not only effective, but also fosters a positive relationship between you and your cat. So how does it work? Well, let's say your cat sits on command. You immediately reward your cat with a treat or a stroke, whatever they prefer. This immediate reward helps your cat associate the action of sitting with something positive, the treat or the affection. Over time, your cat will likely repeat the behavior in the hopes of receiving the same reward. The timing of the reward is crucial. You must reward your cat immediately after they perform the desired behavior. If you wait too long, your cat might not make the connection between the behavior and the reward, which could lead to confusion and unsuccessful training. Now, you might be wondering, how can I signal when my cat has performed the desired behavior correctly? This is where a clicker or a specific word comes into play. A clicker is a small device that makes a distinctive sound when pressed. You can use a clicker to mark the exact moment your cat performs the desired behavior, followed immediately by a reward. If you don't have a clicker, you can use a specific word instead. Choose a word that you don't use frequently in everyday conversation, so your cat can clearly recognize it as a signal. Remember, the key to successful training is consistency. Be consistent with your signals and rewards, and always reward your cat immediately after they perform the desired behavior. Also, remember to be patient. Training takes time, and every cat learns at their own pace. Some cats might pick up on commands quickly, while others might need a bit more time. Don't get discouraged if your cat doesn't get it right away. Remember, patience and consistency are key in training. Scene script. Let's move on to some common commands you can teach your cat. Firstly, sit. Cats are independent creatures, but they can still learn commands. To teach your cat to sit, you'll need a treat that your cat finds irresistible. Hold the treat above your cat's head and move it slowly back over their head. As your cat's gaze follows the treat, their bottom should naturally go down into a sitting position. When this happens, say, sit. Give them the treat and make a big fuss. Next, stay. This can be a little trickier as cats love to move around. Start by having your cat in a sitting position. Then, with a treat in your hand, say, stay, and slowly move away. If your cat stays put, return to them, say, stay again, and give them the treat. Repeat this, gradually increasing the distance each time. Following that is the come command. This one is relatively straightforward. Whenever you're about to feed your cat or give them a treat, say come in a bright, cheerful tone. Over time, your cat will associate the word come with something positive and will respond accordingly. Finally, leave it. This is an important command, especially when your cat shows interest in something they shouldn't. To teach this, hold a treat in your closed hand and let your cat sniff it. Say leave it and wait. The moment they stop trying to get the treat and pull away, give them praise and a different treat from your other hand. Remember, start with one command at a time and practice it consistently. Cats learn best through repetition and positive reinforcement. Be patient, as teaching these commands may take a few weeks or even months. But don't worry, it's completely normal. Also, keep the training sessions short and sweet. Cats have short attention spans, so it's best to keep sessions to about 5 minutes at a time. You can do several short sessions throughout the day. With these common commands, you'll have a well-behaved kitty in no time. What if your cat has some problem behaviors, you might ask? Well, don't worry, because we've got you covered. One of the most common complaints from cat owners is about their feline friends' love for scratching. And no, they don't limit this to their scratching posts. They can take a liking to your favorite armchair, your treasured Persian rug, or even your brand new sofa. The first step is understanding why cats scratch. It's not out of spite or boredom, but rather it's a way for them to stretch their muscles, mark their territory, and keep their claws in tip-top shape. To address this, provide ample scratching posts and pads around your home. Infuse these with catnip to make them more enticing. If your cat still prefers your furniture, try using a cat-friendly deterrent spray. Then we have biting, another behavior that can be quite a problem. Cats usually bite as a form of play or because they are overstimulated. It's important to understand their body language: ears back, tail swishing, growling. These are signs that your cat has had enough petting. Respect their boundaries and give them some space. Use toys instead of your hands for playtime to keep those sharp teeth away from your skin. And let's not forget litter box issues. If your cat is avoiding their litter box, it could be due to a number of reasons, from a medical issue to dissatisfaction with the litter box itself. Make sure to keep the litter box clean, placed in a quiet location and large enough for your cat. If the problem persists, it might be time to take a trip to the vet to rule out any health issues. In all cases, remember this golden rule: don't punish your cat. It's counterproductive and can lead to fear and anxiety. Instead, redirect their behavior to something appropriate and reward them for good behavior. Positive reinforcement is the key to successful training, so be patient, consistent, and loving. Remember, don't punish your cat. Instead, redirect their behavior and reward them for good behavior. That's a wrap on basic cat training. In the course of our discussion, we've covered some crucial areas that are key to successfully training your feline friend. We began with understanding your cat, emphasizing the importance of getting to know your cat's unique personality and behavior patterns. This knowledge forms the foundation of any successful training endeavor. We then moved on to training basics, where we explored the importance of positive reinforcement and the role of patience in training. Remember, no two cats are the same, and what works for one might not work for another. We also looked at common commands that every cat owner should know, from sit to stay, and how to effectively communicate these commands to your cat. Finally, we tackled the issue of dealing with problem behaviors, offering tips on how to address these issues in a constructive and positive manner. With patience and consistency, you can train your cat effectively. Happy training.